Blessings and welcome to today's Law Enforcement Daily Devotional. Today we're in 1 Kings chapter 22 verses 1 through 40 and 2 Chronicles chapter 18. The 1 Kings story and the 2 Chronicles story match up, but there are a few little differences in them. So mainly we're going to look at the 1 Kings chapter just to see what's going on in today's story. It's really interesting because we read all the way up till yesterday, learning about King Ahab and Jezebel, and we ended with that act of humility that God really seemed to appreciate and to honor that. So it was interesting starting out in chapter 22 today, because through the chapter all the way down to the death of the king, they don't use his name. They've used his name all the way up, but once that change happened with the humility, something else changed. And I'm not really sure yet. I haven't really been able to wrap my brain around it, but Jezebel's died, so he's not going to be influenced the way he used to be. He's humbled himself before God, and then from that point forward, up until, like I said, in the later verses, verse 37, where he dies, his name is not even used. He's only referred to as the King of Israel. Now, there's a lot going on in this story. Jehoshaphat from Judah comes up to visit. Then they get into this alliance where they're going to fight the king of Aram, the Armenians who they fought yesterday in those two battles. It's the same king. It's the same king that was captured and surrendered and then turned around and made this alliance with Ahab. But then today we see there's 3 years of peace in between. The king of Aram has gone back and built his army up again, and guess what? They're fixing to fight again. So it kind of annuls all this peace treaty and everything. So the great takeaway I got from all this, there's a battle, it explains what goes on, but in 2 Chronicles, the other version of this story, and it's also in 1 Kings, but in 2 Chronicles 18:31, it says this: "But Jehoshaphat cried out, and the Lord helped him, and God diverted them from him." What was going on was Jehoshaphat goes out to fight, and the chariots of the Armenians find him, and he's dressed like a king, so they come after him. And then he cries out to God, and God protects him. He's in the middle of battle. How often do you find yourself in the middle of a raging battle, or just a call where things are amped up and people are on an adrenaline dump and it looks really bad? How often have you done what Jehoshaphat did and cried out to God to save you? Chances are you probably have done this. And we need to remember these examples and the times that we do this, because it gives us strength going forward. And it also reinforces our need to call out to God when we find ourselves in trouble. Great takeaway. Tomorrow we're going to be in 1 Kings chapter 22 verses 41 through 54. We're going to go to 2 Kings. We're going to read chapter 1. Then we're going to do 2 Chronicles chapter 19 verse 1 through chapter 22 verse 3. A lot of reading, but it'll be on the back slide, so you'll be able to write down exactly what you're going to read. Get it all read. Come back here tomorrow, and let's see what kind of law enforcement takeaways we have for then. You guys be safe.